Hi guys, sorry, it's pissing it down, raining all of a sudden. You can hear it, ting, 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 ting. Hi guys, who's here? Hang on. Let me get myself organised here. Sorry, I'm late, guys. It was just an update on the news about restrictions being reduced in WA today. Well, as of Friday, which is good news. Oh God, it's terrible. You know why? Because they must have cleaned my screen. Someone's cleaned my screen. Normally I look a bit more filtered. Oh my God. Can need makeup on the next YouTube live. It was fine when my camera was all dirty. Maybe I need to smear my camera a bit. Smear it with some dirt. Filter my face. Hi, Nerios. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, guys. Hi, Electricans. Hi, Ella Rose. Hi, Jade. Okay, I'm going to go with questions because I know I've been sitting here for a while. Hi, Loz. I'm aware that I have a weird hang-up or trigger about my ESP becoming Catholic, yes. Would that count as old story? Yes. Been stuck in past memories of her when she was mainly spiritual, yes. Part 2, and comparing that to the current her. My monkey brain tries to guess the reasons of her conversion, probably because it was so surprising to me that I've yet to fully shake it off. When I've tried learning about aspects of her religious identity as a way to normalize it, limiting beliefs flare up. When I read about Catholic Church's rules, doctrines, they seem like troublesome hurdles, particularly for a marriage between someone of the faith and a non-religious divorcee like myself to be accepted or recognized. Do I ignore the whole religion thing? You think? Similar to someone I should ignore their ESP or third party. Yeah, it's a third party, darling. It's your obstacle in your mind. Do I ignore the whole religion thing? Yes. Or is it about accepting that she's seen the 3D and focus on the desired end state like she and I are reunited? Why do you even care? One of my best friends is married to a super uber religious Catholic dude. It's never come between them in their marriage because she never had a belief that it would. You've got this huge belief for some bizarre reason that it's going to ruin your whole life. It's 2022. We're not living in the dark ages. Just put it right out of your mind that it's even a problem. At the moment, I'd just be focusing on you and your SP together, but you're just coming up with all kinds of obstacles as to why you won't be. That's just your brain finding obstacles in areas. So you bothering to work on your self-concept, you're just worrying about the Catholicism. At the moment, if you don't fix your self-concept and see you and your SP together, the Catholicism won't matter one whit because it's your self-concept. Why are you worried she won't want you? Why are you thinking there's obstacles? That's about your self-concept. Investigate how that's about your self-concept. Like, I get rejected, things don't work out for me, I don't get the love I need, I never get what I want, and things never work out for me thinking. That's why you're focusing on all the obstacles. Couldn't give a shit about it being Catholic. Who cares? I know people are married to Muslims and they're Catholic, or they're not Muslim, they're just nothing and they're married to Muslims. You don't think maybe Islam's slightly more strict than Catholicism? The amount of Muslims I know that are married to non-Muslims in England is like huge. You're worried about Catholicism for some bizarre reason. It's just your mind focusing on an obstacle. Stop that. Hi, Loz. Oh, hello, Jenny. Thank you for the super chat. My SP wrote me a message out of the blue and apologized that he had a stressful week. That's why he couldn't write to me. So sweet. I know he's mine. He loves me. Oh, wonderful, Jenny. He apologized that he had a stressful week and that's why he hadn't written to you. Oh, that's lovely, darling. You just keep seeing the new version of him that you're seeing, that loves you, is there for you, is contacting you, is with you, adores you. You know what I mean? Like, keep seeing only that version. Wonderful. Oh, God, I was meant to clean my nails before I came on here. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's great, Jenny. Do you have a question or are you just telling me all your success? That's wonderful. Keep going. Whatever you're doing is working, Jenny. Thank you for the super chat, darling. Jasmine, I feel like I'm having mixed movement. I've been going hard on I am chosen affirmations the last 2 months. In the back of my mind, I feel like something I did in the past night might be an obstacle between me and SP, but I didn't want to affirm against it because I wanted to take it out of my awareness. That's a good idea. And kept going to the end. My BFF ran into SP and he brought up the circumstance to her out of the blue. She said it seemed like to him the circumstance was not a reflection of me, but rather the other person involved, and that it seems he still holds me in high regard despite it. Movement. I've also been trying to drop all the story about SP, play a non-committal, and changing the narrative to he just hasn't found what he's looking for because he's non-committal. He told her, I know exactly what I want out of a serious relationship, I just haven't found it. Okay, so you thought that, and so he said it. Every day I've been affirming I'm everything he's been wanting to find. I've also been affirming his friends and family adore me. And I ran into his sister for the first time in over a year this weekend while my girlfriends ran into SP's friends the same exact night. They were all asking about me. More movement. Wonderful. But I found out a new third party. Could this just be old story playing out? Bridge of Instance going to keep going hard on I am chosen affirmations, trying so hard to get back to the end. Why? How did you find out about a new third party? Guys, just because they meet girls, just because they've gone on a date with a girl, you know how many dates I went on once on Tinder with all my friends with this little competition, like how many dates we could go on in a month. I went out on dates with like 15 guys in a month. I didn't like one of them. Just because you go on dates or you meet someone doesn't mean you like them. Stop giving it meaning that the bitch means anything, Jasmine. Got all this good movement, then you're kiboshing it with this parent third party. Ignore what you've heard. I like chickens. Had a second SP to keep me busy while my first SP and I get back together, and now he told me he's in love with me. Oh my God. We can't have future with me because of our different religions. It didn't trigger me at all, but it's the same reason my first SP and I broke up. We got a real story about the religion being a problem, darling, just like an Nereus over here. I work so much on self-concept to the point my first SP also told me he loves me. Does this still have something to do with self-concept? Because I really felt like my self-concept was on point. Maybe I should affirm something religion-related or affirm more towards the circumstance. Is it possible we attracted someone who would never be able to choose us? Yes. In my case, their religion theoretically not allowing them to marry me because of rules of their religion. Look, there is a girl I had 2 calls with, whose fiance split up with her because the families would never agree about the religions. He went and married someone else who his family agreed with religion-wise, and he's come back to her. Religion doesn't matter, guys. Some people are just obeying their parents. So get rid of the story that they care so much about their parent, what the parents think. Get rid of the reasons of the religion stopping you. That's just the obstacle. And always it's I'm not chosen or things never work out for me thinking, and then it won't work out. I don't care what the fuck you've heard from his family, your family, society. It's just an obstacle in your way, and you've got to avoid it in your mind and think, why am I thinking this is a problem? Do I think I'm out of control? My life's out of control. Things don't work out for me. I'm not chosen. I get rejected. Figure out where it's coming from, because it's not just society giving you that thought. Part 1, if I revise the breakup and SP cheating and being with another, will this reflect in my reality like it never occurred and we actually had always been together? Yes. And will it alter other memories of what happened between us as well? Look, people won't bring it up. People will be happy you're back together. It'll just be like it never happened. When you really revise it, guys, it's really odd. Even the person involved in it kind of doesn't remember. It's very strange. But you've just got to forgive them, darling, for the fact that they did it. They know not what they do. Understand where it came from in terms of reflecting your thoughts at the time. Forgive them. Otherwise, how are you going to move on with this? How are you going to be together if you can't forgive them and you're resenting them? Looks like my comments went uploading again. Part 1. Going great, 4 weeks, lots of beds for land, good self-concept, reached out to SP over the long weekend, wasn't sure if I get a reply, hadn't in a while, was rude. He confirmed today not helping me surgery. I've cried a little, upset, what will I do? I've been in my end, confident in my message. In his first reply, I was called a see you next Tuesday. Oh, today he was sorry he can't help me. Ugh. Can I turn this around quickly? Surgery next Friday. Thanks, Lois. I've been feeling good and doing all the right things. Rather shocked. Was his first contact in 4.5 weeks. Did I do something wrong? Why is everything else going great for me? Is this old story? Yes. Tarot reader also confirmed he was missing me, wanting to make contact, yet I got opposite. Darling, where is this whole thing that you need his help with this surgery? Like, until you can utterly and completely convince yourself that you're back together and he loves you, I wouldn't be reaching out to him for any kind of help. Because that's you putting him on a pedestal. I need you. You're above me. Without you, I can't do life. And you're just putting him on a pedestal again. If that was your problem in the relationship, you're still doing it now. So it's associated with the old story. Why the fuck are you living in a place where you've got no help from anybody else? You must have someone you can get to help you. And if you can't, order an Uber. Like, seriously, guys, if you're relying on them, you're putting them above you. And that's like the kibosh on the whole thing. You want them to be putting you above them, looking up to you, wanting your advice, wanting your time, wanting to be with you, wanting to look up to you. At the moment, you're doing the opposite. You've got to switcheroo that, Jade. I don't care what the fucking surgery is. I don't care if you're getting all your fucking limbs amputated. You can get help from somebody else. Stop relying on him. You're using it as an excuse to contact him, I'm sure. Really think about that. Am I using this as an excuse for us to contact each other? Oh, yeah, I am. I left a T-shirt at his house. Better text him. Oh, we've got dogs. I need to text him today. How's the dog going? No. Stop using excuses to contact them. Are you doing that, Jade? I would ask you. You're not doing something wrong. What you're doing is you've still got the old story of I need to contact them. I need them. They're above me. Without them, I can't do life. Or whatever the fuck you're thinking. And that's still playing out. And then you've got a real story about him being an asshole and not loving you. And then he's coming out with asshole things out of his mouth. What's the story you've got about him? Well, so much has happened and I've been struggling with been struggling really hard. It's super hard to ignore it right now. I was feeling super, super good and everything. And then all of a sudden people started leaving and ghosting. And I've lost what few friends I managed to make. I'm so confused as to why. I was feeling very confident, attracted to a really sweet gentleman guy, but he ended up rejecting me majorly. And I got extremely hurt and triggered and spiraled really bad. And I'm just so confused as to why this happened. I was really feeling good, thinking I'd gotten my manifestations, but it went opposite of everything. That happened to me recently, darling. I even had some important social accounts get deleted, reported, etc. I'm feeling just very defeated, but I did not notice one thought now, and it's my outlook on men. I just didn't think it'd blow up as extreme as it did. As soon as I get doubtful thoughts, I'd affirm and feel better. Wouldn't dwell. Is there something I'm missing? Why has everything gone south so quickly? Also, sounds as if victim mode, but I don't mean that. I just really hurt and upset. Everything was going so good, and I feel like I messed it up by reacting badly to this one rejection. Okay. So, darling, you've got very similar problems to me, and I can read it in the last part of your question. Can you see what you wrote? I've messed it up. I got rejected. So all of that is still, I fear getting rejected. So if that's your dominant fear in life, you'll get rejected regardless of what the fuck you do until you get rid of that thought, right? That happened to me in the last couple of weeks. Everything was going great for me, and something happened where someone literally disappeared out of my reality and blocked me out of the blue, and I'm still not even sure as to why exactly they blocked me. I'm still not even any the wiser, right? I've kind of had to assume why. And all I can think in the back of my mind that I was thinking about the story about them was that they had issues and some anger in them. And that's what I was kind of trying to say in a roundabout way in the conversation. Like, you got some anger there you kind of have to deal with. And clearly I had a story that had anger, and then they took their anger out on me, right? But then if I really dig, the story isn't really about them. The story is about me, that I get rejected and I do things wrong. And that's your story. I've messed it up. I get rejected. Friends will reject you. Work will reject you. You'll lose things. You'll break shit. Stuff will just keep going wrong, right? You've got to start saying, I'm not wrong. I can't do things wrong. I'm perfect just the way I am. I do things right. Everything I do is perfect. Everything works out for me. I've got a screensaver on my computer at the moment that says, I do everything right. Everything works out for me, or something like that, right? I've had to really drum that into my brain recently, Magpie. So you've got the same issue as me. Go and do my I Am Chosen sleep tape every fucking night. Use those affirmations. Really investigate. Are these affirmations true for me, or do I need something even stronger than this? Do I need, I never fuck things up. I'm always right. Do I need stuff like that? Everything's working out for me. Of course it fucking is. I run this reality. Do you need really strong shit? Do you need to go and write all your childhood out again and investigate where the fuck that's coming from? That's why it's happening. It's happened to me recently, so I can talk on it really clearly about when you think things are going well and suddenly they go tits up and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck have I done? Right? Blocked by him now. Thank you for everything, Lois. Yep. Same thing happened to me, darling. So I slightly put him on a pedestal. He was also calling me goddess. We called and laughed so much our faces hurt. He called me queen, gorgeous, all kinds of compliments. I'm just so confused. Darling, sometimes you just might anticipate in the back of your brain, this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. Were you thinking that? You waiting for the other shoe to drop? I know my whole relationship with my old SP, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop for a whole year. If I'm really honest with myself. I even said to him one day, well, you know, the girl you end up marrying, you might want to have a baby with her. He said, he looked at me like, so you're talking about it like a separate girl, a different girl from you? Because I was always anticipating it wouldn't be me. Because I always thought he was still in love with his wife. Right? Think about what you've been thinking this whole time. I've got to hurry up with these questions, although I'm not going to get to everybody. Hang on. Oh, fuck, where am I? God damn it. Okay. Marshmallow, I was literally starving and the situation at home is not great, but I don't have funds to move out. It's been more than 18 months that I'm like this, and I was wondering if you can give me advice on what I'm potentially doing wrong. No income at the moment, darling. Money comes to me out of the blue. Of course I have money. Money comes to me in unexpected ways. I don't know how, it just comes. I don't know how I pay my bills. I just can. I don't know how I'm going to eat tonight, but I just do. Things are working out for me. Everything's fucking working out for me. Right? You've just got to stop being in the state of, I have no money, I'm starving, everything's not great, at home's not great, everything's not great, I don't have funds. Look how negative everything is you're saying. Guys, you've got to radically think differently. You've got to radically think differently. Think about someone who like lives in a tenement or like what's the word I'm thinking of? In South Africa where there's like rich people and then there's all these townships. everyone in that township is going to think that they're going to live in those townships in a tin shed for the rest of their fucking lives. And there's 1 or 2 people in the township who goes, no, this is not my lot. This is not my life. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And they think differently and they get the fuck out. Have you guys ever been to Africa and walked around the townships? It's really depressing. And if you grew up there, you think, oh my God, this is it for me. You've got a this is it for me thinking, Marshmallow. Get out of there. You're in a township of your own making. You built a little township in your own mind. You're living in a tin shack in your fucking mind. Get out of there. Start imagining what you want. Be the one person who gets out of that township, please, with your thinking. SP made me really upset, so I've been ignoring him for the past day, even if he's already called and texted. Is this manipulation or okay? It's just you being a triggered bitch, Cassandra. People tell me to make him suffer a bit. Who are these dumb bitches? But it's okay. It's not LOA terms. Guys, if they've made you really upset, you can express a feeling like that didn't feel very good. I didn't like it when you said that. It just didn't feel very nice. It upset me. Say that. Why can't you express a feeling? But you're just being a triggered bitch and acting like, are you doing like, I'm fine? I'm just ignoring you. That's not going to solve anything. You haven't expressed a feeling. You've not been vulnerable. You've not been honest. He has no fucking idea he's upset you because you're acting like a triggered bitch alone, quietly, silently, while he doesn't even know. Guys, you can express a feeling. That's okay. But being a triggered bitch and acting like everything's all right ain't going to work. See them as loving you and not upsetting you and being wonderful to you, and express a feeling if you want to. You've got some dumb friends telling you to make him suffer. I notice, SP, you're causing your own suffering. He's not going to suffer. He doesn't care. He's only reacting to you. So if he said something to upset you, you upset yourself. You realise you triggered your own self. You're the only one who's going to suffer in this whole situation. Susie, I noticed SP and third party unfollowed each other. How do you even know that? And I felt compelled to start talking to him at work again. I was flirty with him and all over him like I was in the past, but it felt good about it. It was just having fun, like sexy flirting, going between his legs, something about messing around at work. Sorry if it's TMI, don't worry, darling, but he was randomly mentioning about my past behaviour, which was the same. He felt he misses this fun side of me. He even was touched. I said his name, claiming I hadn't said it in a while. Anyway, next day he refollowed third party. I'm trying to understand if I caused it. Darling, I've told you a million times, stop looking at the social media. Every time you check, you're causing him to follow new girls, and then you do it again. You're fucking obsessed with social media. I went off my fucking brain at you last week saying stop checking. You were triggered about stories, and then it was a reel, and then you triggered, and then you ignore him, and you block him like a triggered fucking bitch, and you're still on there looking at socials. I said to you, come in here and tell me about your childhood, and you still fucking haven't. So I'm not answering any more of your questions because you're blaming him for all your problems again. Hi, Loz. Is living in the end and being in the state of having the same thing? Yes. You have it now. It's here now. I was in the state of being in a relationship with SP for 4 days and I got massive movement. SP came to my house to see me, but then I fell back into getting back in the state now. Well, don't worry, darling. You can fall at it for a second. Get back on. Get back on the beam, as Neville said. You know when people walk on a beam in gymnastics, they fall off, they get back on. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Just get back on. Lois, last week I was seriously struggling with the old story of money, SP, and my appearance, and I could feel myself slipping into a dark place of feeling anxious and on edge. So on Friday, I decided to write out the old story, and then the other side, I wrote the new story and burnt the paper whilst affirming the old story was created by the old me who has old thinking. That's great. She's dead and buried along with old story. That's wonderful. I honestly feel so much better. I'm sure you do. And the anxious butterflies are gone, but I still get a little bit triggered, even though I don't spiral. That's still getting triggered. Don't worry, darling. It's just little remnants of the old you. Say, disappear. Disappear, old you. Old Loz is gone. Death to old Loz. Might be little skerricks in there. It's like if you had a skin cancer taken out, they've left a few little bits. Just get rid of it. It's a horrible image, but you know what I mean. Hi, Loz. Is the book Mirror Work by Louise Hay good to follow alongside Neville's teaching? I actually haven't read that one. But anything by Louise Hay is great. I have You Can Heal Your Life here. Where is it? That's You Can Heal Your Life. So it's probably an older book talking about using these kind of things. This is very much about health, this book. It's lots of other things too, but it's a health-based book. Although it's actually about everything. But anything by Louise is wonderful. Yes. Have I missed anybody here? Hang on. DA, hi, Loz, you're amazing. Oh, thank you, darling. Question. If someone ends things on a good note and says you deserve better, but what does that say about your self-concept? That you just don't believe things work out for you, or you don't think you're going to get the love you need, or you didn't think they loved you and they're just coming up with some excuse out of their mouth that just reflects your thinking, like things don't work out for me, they didn't love me, this wasn't going to work out, you never get the love you need, something like that. Or they think I'm better than them because I earn more, and you've got a whole story about they've got issues or they're divorced or they've got children or they've got baggage, and so I deserve better than all this baggage, issues, shit they've got going. Was it that? Hang on, where am I? Marlena, hi Loz, I'm here, work in progress. You helped me on your last video a lot. I understand what I have, my problem now. I know I was raped at the age of 5 after my father died by my grandfather. Oh, fucking hell, Marlena. Jesus. Okay. Well, that'll fuck you up, darling. Look, I find just the stories when I used to do the calls, guys, of people who had sexual abuse, the people who were sexually abused, it's bad enough when it's a stranger or a family friend or a cousin, but something like your grandfather, someone so close to you, is like, I can't even imagine, darling. And it's just a horrible circumstance that had, I mean, no rape has anything to do with the person who it's perpetrated on. But when you're 5 years old, how can you possibly understand what that means? And you would associate that with love because you would think, well, this person's meant to love me. This must be what love is, being hurt or being sexualized. And so you might be sexual every other partner after that from the age of, teenage years because you think that's what love looks like. Or you anticipate people are going to hurt you, or you always keep secrets, or you feel like you can't reveal yourself to anybody, or you can't be touched, or you can't let anybody be physical with you. There's a whole lot of things that could have happened because of that, Marlena, a multitude of things that your little 5-year-old brain couldn't possibly have fathomed. And all it's done is given you all these beliefs about you, the little you, that will fuck you up later on with men, with relationships, with sex, with everything. Is there any more to that, darling? You going to tell me any more about that? Well, if you know what it, then you've identified that, and you can see why that it'll basically give you huge trust issues, darling, with men, and also just feeling not good enough about yourself and not trusting people in love, maybe. Tell me any more, darling, if you want to tell me more about that. Hi, Loz. I saw that one. Oh, I look beautiful. Oh, thank you. Well, you can see my skin really clearly on this. You are a gorgeous person, Loz. Oh, thank you. So glad I caught you. Oh, Victoria. Good morning, guys. Mel, part 1. Loz, I've been doing my affirmations and living the end. Yesterday I asked about my SP, about how he was feeling about us, and he said he had no thoughts to come back to me. He wanted to spend time with me and just be friends, and he wanted to be back with me. He would have been by now. What do I do? And if he wanted to, why don't you fucking ask them? All they're going to do is reflect your fears. The reason why you asked him, because you didn't think he loved you or didn't think you were back together or thought you were just friends. And so he fucking said it. Did you fear that you weren't in a relationship? Is that why you asked what the status was of your relationship? Because you were fearful there was no status? That's why you reflected it, Mel. What part of this aren't you getting? They can only reflect what you're thinking. If you think they've got issues, they'll turn up with issues. If you think they're going to friend zone you and don't want a relationship, they'll say that. If you think they only want sex, they'll say, let's just be friends with benefits. If you think they're going to hurt you, they will. It's what you think. What were you thinking, Mel? That's why you fucking asked him. Should I stop contacting him or asking to see him now? Well, you should stop doing anything like reaching out and asking to see him, because clearly you're the one in the situation here where you've got him on a pedestal, you're pursuing it, you're the pursuer, you put yourself in full masculine energy where you're the doer and he's just sitting there pretty on the throne like a queen, being admired by you. Right? I'm not saying there's such a thing as feminine, masculine energy, but there's doing and being energy. Are you being? He sounds like he's being the king and you're doing all the doing because you're afraid he doesn't love you. Stop doing shit. I've been powering through with the self-concept affirmations. Why is he like this? Because he's reflecting your thinking that he doesn't love you. That's why you fucking asked him what the status was. Until you start believing you're chosen by him, he won't choose you. Until you start believing you're in a relationship, you won't be in one. The end. That's why he's doing it. Forgive them, Lord. They don't know what they do. He doesn't know why he's saying it. He can only reflect you, darling. You haven't changed your thinking, and you're doing a whole lot of shit in the 3D, which is what I tell you not to do. Stop doing that. Hi, Loz. Talking to you guys is confusing me. Lol. Would that mess anything up? No, Nat. Talk to as many guys you like. I don't care. Morning, Loz. Hi, guys. What is the psychology behind someone creating a fake account and what to do? And what do they typically feel? What do you mean? People are making a fake account to stalk you and look at you, or you feel like you have to make a fake account? If you're making a fake account, you feel like you need to be anonymous and you need to sneak around, or if someone's doing that to you, it's because they want to keep tabs on you. Hi, Wee. Hi, Loz, you're great. I can't help myself from thinking anytime I'm on my phone, damn, this is checking the 3D. Is this a fear of doing things wrong? Any tips? It actually makes me doubt my power. Look, guys, if you're on your phone and you can't avoid looking at Instagram or looking at their Instagram or delete it, just delete it for a little while, just to make yourself feel better. If you have to turn your messenger like status off so you can't see when they're online or anything like that, take it away. Take away the trigger, right? But look, just using your phone. I mean, if I look at my phone sometimes, I mean, I'm not joking. This phone sometimes tells me that I've had 21 watch hours in a day. I mean, there are only 24 hours. What the fuck am I doing? It must be when I've got the sleep tapes on, right? So I'm on my phone all day because of the TikTok. So, okay, you're on your phone. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. You're just on your phone like everyone else is. But if you're on your phone checking, darling, then yes, that might be checking the 3D and you feeling like you can't do this without checking. You've got to keep checking the 3D to check if it's working. Then stop that a little bit and do my morning, up in the morning. I get everything I want, meditation every morning and step into your power. Okay. And then you won't doubt yourself quite so much. And maybe you won't check yourself quite so much or check the 3D quite so much. Does that make sense? Thank you for the super chat, though. I've had good movement with my SP. He's been this is scare queen. I've been calling me every morning so far and texting me, hopefully taking me out on the motorbike later. It's all going good. Glad to have him back. Oh, wonderful, darling. You just have a wonderful time, darling. You wear a crown on top of that helmet when you go on that motorbike. Good evening, hi, Sue. Databug. I manifested money. I intended a certain amount but received less. I'm grateful for receiving it. Just wondering why this happens. It's the second time. Guys, sometimes it won't come exactly how you imagine. Don't worry about it. It came, didn't it? When I'm at work, I don't agree with something and voice my opinion or stuck up for something at work. I always feel bad. What does this reflect on me, and what can I affirm that I can't speak up? That I'm never heard. I'm not seen and heard. When you're at home, were you told to shut up, or your opinion didn't matter, or you had lots of siblings around you and you didn't get to voice your opinion, or you feel bad, you feel like you're pushing the envelope if you speak up and you were normally shy as a kid? Did you come from a family where no one spoke up? Or do you just feel like, oh, I'm going to rock the boat. I'm scared to rock the boat. Where's it coming from? Hi, Loz, part one. Went to my SP's house to talk about the dogs to sort out something that suits us both. I went there feeling good and really confident, but didn't go to plan. All right. Part two, I didn't react in front of him, but I could feel myself getting upset, so I said okay and left. I did cry and get upset, but I advised it that he has agreed for me to see the dogs and works for both of us. You've got a real story, darling, that he is just controlling these dogs and what he says goes, what he says goes, and you have no say. Where are you getting this my life's out of control thinking from? Were you controlled a lot as a kid or something? Or you just feel so down in yourself that you just don't think you have a say? Where's it coming from, Rianne? Religion can't argue with law of assumption. Yes, guys. Hi, Loz. Since finding you, I've been working hard on my self-concept. My SP broke up last month. I'm revising that, by the way. Said I was actually perfect, but didn't know why she wanted to be single again. Oh. She missed attraction between us. Now I've been feeling so good about myself. I had a lot of movement, even physically, with SP persisting as she will conform. Yes, darling. She's talking to other girl she likes, she told me, and doesn't want us to be having this irresistible attraction. One of my affirmations. Any tips? Just keep persisting and she will conform. Don't worry about the other girl, darling. She's probably telling yourself that she's telling you that to make you jealous. See your reaction. If you've got an irresistible attraction, just go with that, darling, and just keep thinking the new thoughts about you. Yes. Why is my ex coming around more lately? My daughter says we are always eye flirting, lol. Said he was here while his new girlfriend was back at the house cleaning. Do I cut off and work on a friendship? Well, what do you want, Sue? Do you want him and you being romantic, or do you just want a friendship? If you just want a friendship, work on that. But if you your self-concept's working so well that he's starting to flirt with you again, you actually want him, pursue it. Depends what you want, darling, but it means your self-concept's working. I read where it says your subconscious likes orders like a soldier. So I can say, subconscious, I want you to prove I will feel better tomorrow. Yeah, order it around like a soldier. Yes, give it rules, give it regulations. Talk to it like you're in the army. You're the army sergeant. You've got to run it. That's a great idea, Claire. Wonderful. Do that. Try that. Get back to us. Does revision have to be written, or is it meditating enough? Thinking it is enough, darling. I've had results of the revision meditation without writing anything. What's your opinion on this, Lois? Guys, I do it all the time in my mind. I don't think I've ever revised. Oh, no, I've done a few revisions written down, but mostly I do it in my head. Hi from France. Oh, Bizu. I followed your teaching, Loz, and it worked wonderfully with me and SB. Oh, wonderful, darling. Wonderful, Jimmy. Hi, Loz. I don't know if you remember me from last lives. I talked about manifesting a hetero girl and also talked about my fear of being alone. Yes, darling. So this girl has a boyfriend, and I caught myself thinking that she wants to get married and have children, but I won't be able to give those things to her. Her boyfriend can give her those things. I can't, so my mind goes, why would she choose me? Well, you've got a whole lot of I'm not chosen thinking, darling, and you're probably choosing a completely unchoosable person because that just reflects your shitty self-concept of things never work out for me, I'm not chosen, there's something wrong with me. And so you just got to pick someone who can't choose you. So either you got to convince yourself that that person chooses you because you are chosen, otherwise you're fucked, darling. That comes from a deep I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough issue. Why are you thinking that? Is it because you were strangely gay? You were the only gay in the village and you feel so left out of being gay, or you've got this story from childhood that you were different and so there's something wrong with you, and so even if someone likes you, they won't pick you because there's something wrong with you? Where are you getting that from? Fix it. Start seeing her loving you, but start feeling chosen and not different, please. Hello, Loz. I have a few questions. He did not reach out yet since last week, since we spent an evening and an intimate time together and he left to his place. I'm not sure I want him anymore. Well, then don't have them anymore. Guys, you don't have to have them if you don't want them anymore. But don't just do it based on the 3D. Don't be like, oh, well, it's all gone to shit. I don't want him. That's different. That's you thinking you don't have any power. Hello, Loz. I have a few questions. He did not reach out since last week, since we spent an evening and intimate time together. I left to his place. I'm not sure I want him anymore. Yes. Where's the rest of it? Is he going to change as I affirm for it? I don't want this version, I guess. He's coming back as I stop focusing on him since a few days. Well, start focusing on you more, but don't just decide you don't want them anymore if it's not working. Just decide you don't want them anymore if you don't want them anymore, but not because it's not working. Is it about feeling not good enough, like I don't deserve it? What kind of affirmations? Yes. I am more than good enough. I'm good special, not bad special. I am unique. Everyone loves how unique I am. They choose me. I'm always chosen. Things like that. Brandon, hey, Loz. So I got my SPS self-concept up and started dating a great guy who is everything I want. However, after dating a while, he said the spark was not there. To get it back, do I try and work on self-concept or old story? You just decide the guy's fucking madly in love with you and masturbates furiously about you every night, Brandon, and work on your self-concept of being loved and adored, please. Go and do my loved and adored sleep tape and figure out what in the old story would make you think people aren't attracted to you, or there's no spark, or they don't want you. Why are you friend zoning yourself in a way? That's a whole lot of I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough thinking. Where are you getting that from? Did you put him on a pedestal a bit and think he was better looking than you or some shit? What's going on there? Tell me. Part 3, need to keep reading, but even though that day I felt stupid for going, I now think it helped me as I still react to seeing him. I know I need to add that to my strong confidence. Well, good, Rianne. Loz, I realised I loved him before because I liked the way he treated me the first time. The second time I had a worse version, so I'm not sure he is appealing to me. Well, change him in your mind. He's going to change as I affirm for it. Yes, I don't want this version. Yes, change the version. What would you affirm for your me? What's this about? I like chickens. Hang on. What were you talking about? I missed it. Did I say it? Guys, don't write a comment 100 comments later after your first comment. I don't know what you're talking about. Loz, this is Holly Go Heavily. Loz, I love that name. What to do aside from affirming? If we can't help but notice the length of time it has been already in manifesting my people currently in no contact, by the way. Guys, you just got to know that time is a construct that humans created and doesn't matter, and you're together in your mind. Aren't you together in your mind? Guys, you just got to stop worrying about time. I can't give you any other answer than that. Yes, that's spot on. I always feel like they're doing something behind my back or they have ulterior motives. I'm trying really hard to work on it and not see them that way, but it's scary when it blows up. Well, stop fucking thinking that. No one ever does that to me now. That's the old me. I used to think that way. Death to the old magpie. Start affirming there is always movement and there is nothing about to worry about because I caught myself doubting my power. Oh, good, darling. As soon as you doubt yourself, start saying things like that. There's nothing to worry about. There's always movement. I run this reality. All those things, darling. Have a whole lot of power affirmations. Stick them all over your house. Stick them on your phone screen. Like have them in your phone as recordings. If the doubting your power is the biggest thing, then really, really work on that and have a lot of affirmations that will help you. Okay. I'm actually going to do a meditation about that. Or affirmations. Oh my God, Loz, congratulations on 10K. Oh, thank you, darling. Yes, I got up to 10K subscribers on here. You're amazing and finding you has been golden. Oh, wonderful, darling. Thank you. Thank you for being you, sharing all you do in your tough love. Can't wait for this year. Consciously manifesting. Oh, like Mael. Thank you so much, darling. Oh, you're very sweet to me. I've manifested hanging out with SP. Oh, wonderful, cute. It comes easiest to me when I daydreamed having drinks with him and his work friends, and it happened. SP and I are just friends, but when his friend showed up, he thought we were on a date. It was just like old times, still not 100% there, but I'm finding so much easier to live in the end. Oh, I thought you were on a date. Well, it's great when other people think you're together, right? That's always a good sign, darling, because they're reading their thoughts and what they're doing in their mind, and his thoughts are, I like her, and that guy's reading those thoughts and reflecting them back to you, which is he likes you. You're on a date, right? So give that all good meaning. Hang on. Oh, God, this just jumped. Hi, Tia. Hi from Toronto. My daughter and her boyfriend had a fallout. Now he doesn't want her to attend his graduation. She was to fly out to him. How can she manifest this on a time crunch? I've been visualizing her. Visualize her at the graduation. Imagine a phone conversation where she says, oh, Mum, we had the greatest time. Imagine photos of them together. Imagine him ringing her and apologizing, all those things. Working on getting rid of the rest of the circumstances, but I feel him opening up to me more and more, and I know we'll be together again soon. Well, good, Q. Where's the rest of it? Oh, friend showed up, thought they were together. Oh, so that's it. Okay, great. Hi, Loz. Can you please explain how people walk out of situations like job interviews and think they did horribly and won't get it, but still get an offer? Well, they might have a really dominant assumption that everything works out for them, but that particular thing they were like, oh, no, I'm not sure. But their dominant thought is, oh, yeah, I always win. I always get it, whatever I want. Things are easy for me. Might be a real dominant assumption they got. Loz, are Joe Dispenza's books worth reading? Fuck no. I couldn't get through them. They're just all the energy speak and the woo-woo crap. And the pineal gland, like as if that's got anything to do with manifesting. The guy's a fucking chiropractor, remember, just because he's got doctor in front of his name. He's a doctor of chiropractic. He knows fuck all about pineal glands, okay? Just so you know. You give me so much faith in myself and my future. Oh, Sean, that's wonderful. Totally adore you. Thank you for being you. Oh, thank you, darling. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hi, Ruby. Yes, I feel for you, sis. It's hard. I went through SA. Thank you for being so brave. Oh, yes. Thank you, Ruby. That's nice. My SP is a serial cheater. We'll stop saying that. How to get past the pain. It's so painful. It's been abusive, and I know I created it, but I can't bear the pain. Well, then fucking get a new person, Lila. If you can't get over that, you're going to have to find a new person and really fucking hope that your trust issues and your feeling not good enough has completely gone away so it doesn't happen with the next fucker. If you've got a story about them being a serial cheater and you're holding on to that pain and the resentment, you haven't forgiven them, literally, darling, I can't help you because you haven't got rid of it all. You have to forgive them completely, clean slate. If you can't do that, you're fucked. There's your answer. Can you forgive them? Clearly not. Move on. Guys, sometimes what you're trying to manifest is impossible when you haven't got rid of the old story. If you haven't got rid of the old story, it won't work. I'm really sorry you've been blown hot air up your ass by other coaches who have not read Neville properly and have not understood Joseph Murphy and have not understood law of assumption. And it is this. Whatever you dominantly assume will manifest. Do you dominantly assume he's a serial cheater? Do you dominantly assume you're in pain? Are you dominantly assuming it's painful? Are you dominantly assuming he's abusive? Well, it will keep happening. My husband has been pissing me off, snoring, and 100 alarms in the morning before he gets up and being so annoying. Can I change this? Well, stop fucking saying they're annoying, Claire. It's not about the alarms. It's not about the pissing you off. It's not about anything he's doing, darling. What's it really about, Claire? It's not about the towels on the floor or the alarms or any of the things people get annoyed about. It's about, I get ignored. You're not listening to me. You don't do what I want. You do whatever you do. And you don't care about me. You don't care about me. You do whatever you want. You have no regard for me. I'm ignored in this household. It's like I don't matter. Your job's more important than me. Your job is a priority. Apparently you getting up super early is more important than me having a nice lie-in. Blah, blah, blah. Do you feel not a priority and not listened to and ignored by your husband? That's why, Claire. It's got fucking nothing to do with the alarms. Just tell me what happened in childhood, why you feel ignored, or why you feel not good enough to get what you want in the household. Hi, Denise. Part 2. In all my relationships, I was afraid of parting and that it would be better one. Oh, right, Marlena, hang on. In all my relationships, I was afraid of parting and that it will be a better one than me for my partner receiving something I did not know how to appreciate. I don't know what it means to make love and don't feel anything when I do this. And if my husband wants to love me, I feel sick. Oh, okay, Marlena, okay. Right. So do you know the story of what's her name from Desperate Housewives? Who's the one I'm thinking of? And she was molested and raped very early on in her childhood. And she had the exact same problem with her husband. And every husband she ever had, she had a few marriages, she would just push them away. She'd feel ick when they tried to make love to her. Sex always felt awful to her. And it ruined all her relationships. And one day she owned up to the fact that she was molested, and it all changed for her because she started being vocal and started telling her family who it was who'd molested her. And it gave her this freedom suddenly that she was freed from her past, right? Have you told anybody that it happened? Is your family aware that your grandfather did that? Is anyone in your family aware? Are you carrying around the shame of that for the rest of your life and not exposing it? Because it's not your shame, darling. It's his shame. He should be the person who's ashamed. And he's probably dead. But you need to write a letter to him and write down all the feelings you feel about him and the way he treated you, and go and burn that shit. And then I want you to write the new you who doesn't carry around that shame of what happened to you. The new you who can make love and be loved and allow their husband to hold them and love them and believe that they love them and believe that it's real and believe that it's a good thing. And it doesn't feel ick and it feels good, right? Who am I thinking of? Terry Hatcher I'm talking about. It's a very famous story of Terry Hatcher. And she didn't admit that she was molested or raped until she was an adult, like way later after marriages. And it ruined all her relationships until she started to deal with it and went to therapy, right? You're living the life in your mind of your 5-year-old self who's going to get hurt, who sex is a bad thing, love is bad, love is bad. And so unfortunately, darling, until you start saying, I am safe and secure, my husband makes me feel safe. He always makes me feel safe and secure. I love to be loved. Feeling love is a good thing. Being loved is a good thing. I love to be loved now. I love to be touched now. That's the new me. The old me hated all that. I love it when he hugs me. I love it when he lies with me. I love it when he makes love to me. It makes me feel good. I know he loves me. He always makes me feel safe and secure. I never have to question him. I know the people I love are never going to hurt me. I trust the people I love with my heart now. Say those ones, Marlena, right? And go and use my I am loved and adored sleep tape. Put it on. Don't let your husband hear it. Just put it in your ears and earpod. Oh, he can hear it. You know what I mean? I think it's not your fault. And you're going to carry around that ick feeling of what love feels like, especially if the person showed you or said to you, this is what love is. I love you. Let me do this to you because I love you, and all that crap that they do and all those excuses they make as to why they're perpetrating that on you, darling, when you're a little kid. So you've kind of, your mind's mixed up love with hurt and doesn't understand that that's not what love is. Love isn't being hurt. Love isn't being taken advantage of. Love's a whole different thing. And that's what your husband's trying to give you. Right? I actually own a crown. I'll glue it to my motorbike helmet. Yes, do that, darling. Looking at the social media as self-harming. Yes, it is. That's a great thing to say, Robert. Yes. We haven't been in touch for a month. When I asked, what are we? Everything was fine. He changed when things started getting serious because he called himself a womanizer. How can I change it? Fuck, Nicola. Have you watched my content your whole life? He's calling himself a womanizer because you think he is. He's calling himself whatever he will call himself to prove to you that he's not the person who loves you. He'll come up with all kinds of stories. I'm a womanizer. I'm a serial cheater. I hate women. I am a player. Or blah, blah, blah. It's just, you don't love me, out of his mouth. Your thoughts out of his mouth. What do you think about him, Nicola? I'll tell you what you think about him. You asked, what are we? Because you weren't assured that you were anything. You don't believe he loves you at all. That's why he says, I'm a womanizer. Guys, if you even have to ask, what are we, or where's this going, you've got a real dominant assumption it's not fucking going anywhere and you aren't anything to him, which is why he says it. Please go and watch all the videos in the Manifest Your Specific Person series, because you're not understanding your deep self-concept issues that are causing him to not even want you, which is probably a whole lot of I'm not good enough, or I don't get the love I need, or people are going to hurt me and reject me, Nicola. Don't blame him for your fucking problems. He's not saying that because he's made the choice to say I'm a womanizer. He's saying that because he's reflecting your thinking about yourself, which is, I don't get the love I need. He doesn't love me. I'm not lovable, Nicola. Which is why you fucking asked him in the first place, what are we? Hi, Loz. I overthink and compare me and SP for over a year to him and his ex. Oh, I know that story. I know that there is nothing she has that I don't, and there's no risk of him going back to her. How do I forget her? Lisa, I used to do that. And I used to think because my old SP was married to the ex and they had all these years together, like 17 years of history, that I could never compete. And wouldn't matter how many times he'd reassure me, I couldn't get that out of my head, right? Because I deep down don't feel chosen. Well, I didn't at the time. And so I never thought he would choose me. And I always anticipated we'd break up. And then I broke up with him twice, right? It's a whole lot of I'm not chosen, darling. It's a whole lot of comparing yourself to others. I don't compare myself to others. I am the chosen one. Go and do both my sleep tapes, the I am chosen and the priority, and alternate them, okay? Or use all the affirmations in there. Oh, fuck. It's jumped. Oh, Kathleen Jane, thank you for $2.99. Where's your... You got a question or it's just vibes? You're just sending me good vibes. Thank you, darling. So nice of you. Oh, hang on. Here's a question. Kathleen Jane. Hi, Loz. I've actually taken on that advice and removed my trigger while I work on my self-concept. I have had to delete my SP from socials, but I know I'll need to work on my self-concept during that time. Otherwise, I know it will just come up from someone else. I'm determined to really change my self-concept. Oh, good, darling. Good. Look, guys, it will come up with someone else if you don't change you. They're just reflecting you. I'm glad you've learned that because a lot of people haven't. Okay. And if you can really get that, guys, they're only going to reflect you. And each person, so many people write in my comments, oh, it's all right. I forgot about the old SP because I've got an old history with them, an old story with them, but I won't have an old story with a new person. You're like, bitch, the old story is your self concept. So good luck. I hope you change your self concept because this shit will happen again. And then it happens again. And then they wonder why. Oh my God, he left me too. He goes to me too. What? Yes, because you haven't changed you. Good job. Good. Is there any more of that? Where am I? Mel, I know, Loz, I'm never like this with guys, but I guess I'm worried if I don't ask to see him, I won't hear from him anymore. Well, you got a real dominant assumption he doesn't even want to talk to you, darling. Can you give me some advice on what to affirm him, please? I'm listening, I promise. Well, you obviously think he doesn't even like you, because why do you have to pursue him? Have you got this fucker on a real pedestal? Like, oh, he's a real catch, and he's better looking than me, and he's such a great guy, and I hope I don't lose him, and he's so wonderful. He's Mr. fucking wonderful. What are you doing there, Mel? Why are you pursuing him? Why are you thinking you have to do it? Because you don't think he's going to do it. So if you've got the dominant assumption that you won't hear from him anymore, you've got a real dominant assumption he doesn't even like you. So why do you think he likes you? Are you putting him above you? Do you think you're not good enough? Where's it coming from? Affirm against all those fears. Of course he's going to contact me. Of course I'm better than him. I'm the fucking queen bee. Who wouldn't want me, etc. Good morning, 5:30 a.m. here in Florida. I'm making my kids waffles before school. Oh, are you telling? Wow, at 5:30. Jesus, that's commitment. Hi, Loz. Random question. Do you whiten your teeth? I've been affirming whiter teeth and I just can't help but notice. Oh, I got them whitened when I was in drama school, which was like 1999. It's okay to use the word you. For example, I'm affirming myself, of course he loves you. Yes, say you. You can say you all you like. Yes, and just say, I have such white, pearly white teeth. I have such glimmering white teeth. I love my white teeth. My teeth are so white. My teeth get whiter and whiter by the day. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right because I think, and then I go and do something like stupid, like ask him, just need some advice. Mel, you just got to take the fucker off the pedestal and start assuming that he's going to contact you because at the moment you're way below him in the estimation. You have to do everything because he's so wonderful. Since my self-concept's on point, I manifested my new SP. He's a surfer, does skydiving, is always active, exactly what I want and what I deserve. Oh, I love that, Joy. Love it. And now because I said so, I'm getting my visa to go to Europe in July. Oh, are you? Wonderful. Actually, I've manifested something today, which is I said to my auntie the other day, she was like, oh, these COVID restrictions are going to go on, all this vaccination, all these masks, indoor masks, and la. And I said to her 2 days ago on the phone, it'll be dropped really soon. You watch, it'll be dropped here just like everywhere else in Australia. She goes, so don't be ridiculous, it'll get worse. It's going to get worse here. It just got dropped today on the news. My dad is traveling from Bali, and I decided that by the time he got here, he wouldn't have to do this G2G pass and mandatory vaccinations and mandatory hotel stay and everything. And it's just been dropped by this Friday. And he just told me he's almost here. So if he gets here after Friday, he never had to do it. And I was saying the whole time, he's not going to have to do this. He's not going to have to do this. He's not going to have to do this. Right? I think my problem is taking these religious rules so literally because I was told the rules so many times that it won't be possible. Well, then it won't be I like chickens until you stop thinking that indoctrinated crap that you will brainwash with as a kid. Are you live on TikTok anymore? Oh, sorry, Sharon. I've actually been live a lot less because I've been trying to get the self-concept course done. Hi, Loz. Had a small disagreement with SP. I asked him for more help with our daughter, but he turned and called me a bitch and a nuisance. What do I think caused this to happen? Because you feel like he doesn't love you, doesn't support you, you're not chosen by him, you're not supported by him, he doesn't support you and your daughter because you're not good enough, because he thinks he's better than you, he doesn't prioritize you guys, he doesn't care. What fucking thoughts you got about him? They can't be good. What are they? Write them down and write the complete opposite. He doesn't pay for us. He doesn't care about us. Of course he pays. He pays everything. He's the most supportive husband ever. We co-parent wonderfully. He's so supportive. He pays for everything. He thinks I'm the greatest mum ever, etc. I even manifested a work trip and soon because I said so. And a raise. Oh, wonderful, Joy. Hi, Loz. So happy to have called you this morning. I love starting my day with you. I'm in New York. Oh, you're up early too. Thanks, Loz. That made lots of sense. I finished Think and Grow Rich and we'll start Neville Goddard's book tonight, Power of Awareness to be specific. Oh, that's the best one. I love that. Well, it's okay to use the word you, for example. Yes, of course he loves you. Yes. Had this weird dream. Oh, guys, I'm about to sneeze. I had this weird dream last night about a desperate woman in a movie, and I was watching and realized I think it's the way I used to act, lol. Could be. That's the old me. Hi, Lois. Had a small disagreement. I saw that one. Hi, Lois. I'm ever so grateful to the universe for stumbling upon your YouTube channel. Well, it wasn't the universe, darling. You did that with your mind. I have learned so much from your teachings. I've successfully received contact from ISP. Oh, wonderful, darling. Wonderful, Naziha. That's great. I haven't said your name right. Oh, that's wonderful, darling. All right. Keep going. That makes so much sense. Okay, Claire. Hey, Lois, I don't know what's going on. My SP seems to always go cold again a day after we go out. Please scold me if you have to. Is it because you think, God, I hope he contacts me. He always flakes on me. He always goes cold again after the day we go out. I hope he doesn't do it again today. Miraculously, he will, because you keep fucking saying that. Hi, Jean. Went to buy something, and there was a kid that held the door open for me. It's bizarre how kids will conform too. I just added to my affirmation that I'm the prize. Oh, wonderful, darling. Like, I have a dominant assumption that kids love me, and also that they're really well behaved for me, and kids are always well behaved for me. And if I ever used to babysit, the kids would always behave for me and not for their parents. Because I used to assume they'll behave for me. I don't fucking care what you do with your parents. They can perform real quick. Their minds are real open. Wonderful, darling. I'm not sure I would say I was controlled, but I would always want to check things with my parents if I'm making the right decision. But I've been told and believed that I can't make decisions. Not sure. Well, if you feel like you do things wrong all the time, I'm so indecisive, I'm going to do things wrong. Better check with them. I used to check with my mum all the time. I could never be making decisions when I was younger. Mhm. Hi, Lois. Thank you for your time. In LOA, we need to control our thoughts but continue to live our lives. Since 24 days and for 1 more month, I'm not mobile due to a knee surgery. I'm watching stand up and try listening to manias and reading books. Any other tips? Thank you for your time. Since 24 days and for 1 more month, I'm not mobile due to a knee surgery. Well, what's the question? Any other tips? You're trying to be mobile. I can walk so easily now. I remember when I couldn't walk. I remember when I was lying in that bed watching fucking stand up. God, I was bored out of my fucking skull. Now I'm the newer me, and I can walk around, and I can stretch, and I can run, and I can ride a bike, and I can do everything I used to do. See yourself doing what you used to do. Say all those things, darling. My cells are renewing themselves by the minute. Of course I can walk. See yourself walking. I keep visualizing that he's asked me to attend his brother's wedding as his +1 in July. I keep visualizing that I'm there with him and the family. Should I keep on visualizing wish affirmations? Yes, darling, just say, we had such a great time. See yourself after the event. What can I affirm about seeing the man I'm interested in? I'm fine dating until I see a future with someone. Then I shut down and my brain is scattered. I'm really doing self-concept. I don't get it. Well, do you start freaking out that when you like them, it'll all fall apart, or that dating's okay with you and you're good at dating, but you can never get a relationship? What's your belief about relationships and dating? Watching Star, I saw that one. I've stopped intending for, oh shit, this just jumped. I've stopped intending for SP and all just a bit, took a break. Now I'm tending to solve a Rubik's Cube for the first time in my life. I can't wait. Oh, wonderful, darling. Saw SP's 2 in his boxes and it was by accident. He was changing in a hurry behind the stairs. I need to change my scrubs. Oh, wonderful, darling. And also notice that I'll just think of something that I want and I'll get it in days. And even the same day, it's insane how fast things reflect back to me. Oh, that's wonderful, darling. Well, if you can do that with that, you do it with anything. Lots, what affirmation for SP to show me off and meet our families, both sides, and self-concept for that. He loves to show me off. I'm his girl and he loves to show me off. Our families love each other. We all get along so well. We're one big happy family. Mm-hmm. Do you recall what you worked on with your client who got their fiance back after marrying another? Maybe that can give me an idea of what to work on since it's kind of similar. I said the religion doesn't matter. Circumstances don't matter. This obstacle is out of my mind. This is not an obstacle. He loves me. He wants me. Nothing can stop him being with me. Nothing will stop him being with me. All those things. Working on subconcept, please. Yes, my relationship, I'm feeling chosen, with sec is half its self and has always been quite confusing. Oh, with sex. Self has always been quite confusing because of because of abuse. But since speaking with you about it, I'm trying to look at dealing with my feeling differently. Look, guys, it always will, unfortunately. And someone has perpetrated that on you and inflicted that on you, and it was no fault of your own. And you've got to just stop associating yourself with the old you that thought that way about sex. And see the way you want to feel about sex now. Write the story of how you want to feel about sex. Write it in detail about how you want to feel and be that new girl now and step into that new girl's thinking, right? Write the story of how wonderful and soft and loving and sweet it is when you have sex, right? Write a beautiful story, like a little romance novel, and read it at night. This is what my husband does to me, and it's so beautiful. It makes me feel safe and loved and secure and soft and warm, and he holds me in his arms. He's so sweet to me, and the way he looks in my eyes. Write it down. And it might be really confronting, guys, if you've been abused, but write down your perfect love Your perfect love affair, your perfect love making, and write it down and read that and imagine that's you and you feel really comfortable doing that, being that, experiencing that, right? Like a Mills and Boon novel. As romantic as you can possibly make it, as loving as you can possibly make it. Read it and read it and read it and read it and decide that's you. Oh my God, you're still alive? Yes, I have a success story. Oh, went to surgically remove 2 wisdom teeth and affirm that I won't have pain after and haven't had any pain. I'm on my 4th recovery day. Oh, wow. Amazing, darling. I've got a crown too. Bought it. Oh, wonderful. All these girls with crowns. I love it. I was born in 1999. Hi, Loz. I'm only able to join now. Well, oh, don't worry, darling. Can I manifest lost money? It's been misplaced. Just imagine it back in your hand or imagine it back in your bank or imagine it wherever it would go. Just imagine it. Oh, what it feels like in your hand. Oh, thank God I found it. Imagine saying that to someone. Imagine ringing someone telling them. Thank you, Loz, so much. Cried when you told me all those things because that's all I felt. And thank you for doing so many wonderful things for all of us. Malena, darling, you're so welcome. I can't even imagine how that would feel. Be the new you, darling. Death to the old girl. That's not your fault. Been affirming self-concept and feeling, and suddenly my colleague went off at me and was very aggressive with me. As I listened to her, I could only think, how dare you, don't you know how lovable I am? Well, it could just be, darling, that you got an old story that you upset people, or you do things wrong, or you're not chosen, or people don't listen to you, or you get ignored, or people are mean to you. What's the fucking story there? Could be that. Could be an old remnant. That's all it is. Don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up. Thanks, Loz. Didn't think I had old story of SP still. Maybe I need to go harder on reading my new one. Don't actually have people in my life, or I have to just Uber, stay overnight. Darling, just stop relying on him. Because then you're really putting him on a pedestal, Jade, really. I know that sounds awful, but sometimes you might have to just take yourself away from needing him right now. Stop needing him. I had to dig and realize I have an old story about her, which came out. Oh, there you go. Okay, so you solved it yourself. I've manifested whiter teeth. Do that. Yes, SP and third party, and he said he doesn't want to be with her, but she keeps on saying she's going to kill herself. Also, his daughter adores her. Do I keep on going the chosen and banished third party affirmations? Look, darling, just decide she's a narc. He sees right through her. He knows full well, just like Amber Heard style, that she's never going to top herself. It's just a threat, and she's just a raving fucking Looney Tune, and he doesn't want anything to do with her, and he doesn't believe her for a second, and she doesn't harm herself. She's just a fucking narc like Amber Heard. Okay? And just imagine you and them together. Yes, and banish the third party affirmations. Went on a date with SP2 and wasn't attracted to him. He looked so different from his picture, made me confirm getting SP1 to come back. Also on self-concept, I'm all SP wants now forever. We'll just decide that you only attract attractive stand-in guys from now on, but you're going to get your SP. Well, I've been working hard on self-concept. 2 people asked me, had I lost more weight, and sent me in a downward spiral. Oh, why did that send you in a downward spiral? Had I lost more weight? Well, you think that's a bad thing, losing weight. You're trying not to lose weight, you're trying to put on weight. Well, just imagine that's the old story playing out. They're just reflecting the old story. Don't worry about it, darling, and do not spiral. And if you do, get back on the horse tomorrow. Don't undo all your good work, please. Don't let other people undo all your new work with their bad words. Hospital and recover on my own. I'm strong, I guess. Bit sad and lonely. Getting other movements, so maybe this old version of SP and keep going. No more reaching out. Stick to it. Look, guys, it's just the old story. Then that's all it is, Jade. I've been working on my self-concept and love you, Loz. You're amazing. Oh, thanks, Tam. You're welcome, guys. I'm feeling really lost at the moment. I'm unemployed and don't know what to do. I know I want to work on myself, but I have no idea what I could possibly do to earn well. Well, Katrina, you got a whole fucking shitty story about yourself. I'm really lost. I'm unemployed. I don't know what to do. I'm just fucked. So until you change that story, nothing's going to change, darling. It's a real fucking old, terrible story about you. Why don't you write the story of what you want your life to look like right now and concentrate on that and see that as a new you and work on your self-concept, please. Go and do my sleep tapes. Pick one that will suit you. Loz, I have so much movement. We're in constant contact all day yesterday via text. We're about to go each other. It was amazing. Yes, Laura? That's great. Wonderful. Don't you dare say, but now he isn't calling me or something. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Loz. Yes, you're right. I don't feel like somebody can ever love me. That's why guys who don't want a commitment choose me. Should I work on my self-concept or use affirmation on SP2? I would work more on you, Nicola. That's why you keep fucking asking him where it's going. Okay, so really focus on you. I am chosen. I am loved. Of course, I'm fucking loved. Who wouldn't love me? Because I'm this and that and this and that and all the wonderful things about you. And then you can sprinkle in some SP because you're still going to think about them, bastard, but focus on you more, please. I saw a lot of influence I had on my SP. He's actually getting a full sleeve, and he's always been afraid of that because what people think of him. Uncovered and told him it's my life. He's now the way I want, and I know it's because of me. Yay! So he's getting a full sleeve tattoo. Oh my God. Hope you're going to hold his hand while he does it. Ask self-concept, Nicola. It's about you, yes. I'm a ballet teacher, and yesterday I caught myself talking to my students like you. I also keep dreaming about your videos now. Oh no, for those poor students. I'm doing my best to change old story. Recently, his mum passed away, came back from his home country and hasn't contacted me. We are children together. I know you have children together, Rupee, but Just see you and your SP together. I don't care what's going on in his world. Stop thinking it's going to ruin it. I remember a while ago you mentioned you manifested that your mother felt better because she was sick. Can I do the same if my grandmother has Alzheimer's, or is that uncontrollable? I did control my mother's Alzheimer's until the 3D really threw me when I went back to England, and I came back and everything stopped. All the progress stopped, and my dad didn't help her anymore and wasn't making her do the diet. And I was having a mental breakdown at the time, and I just lost all the thinking I had. But before that, she was improving. First of all, put her on a ketogenic diet if you can. See her differently. See her remembering everything. Take away every sugar, source of sugar in her diet if you possibly can. Okay, and start seeing her differently. Start saying she remembers everything. Her brain's renewing itself. Her cells are renewing themselves. She can remember everything now. She's the old her. Mm-hmm. One thing I stopped doing after watching Loz is describing my SP as if he did all those things by his own mind decisions. It's just me reflected. Yes, guys, they're only reflecting you. Loz, you skipped my question. Oh, no. What affirmations can we use to banish victim mentality and attachment to suffering from our system? I'm not a victim anymore. That's the old me. I'm so fucking sick of the old me. I'm fucking sick of myself. Sick of hearing myself whinging and whining and moaning about life when I know it was all my fucking doing. So I'm not going to whinge anymore. I'm not a fucking victim. I'm sick of myself. Sick of the old Loz. Death to the old Queen of Elegance and birth to the new one, right? You got to get real fucking sick of yourself, guys. I got real sick of myself, and that's how I ended up in therapy. You either end up down in a pit like I was, or really sick of yourself. I ended up in a pit. Huh? Thank you, Loz. Hate being so skinny. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so voluptuous and everyone loves my juicy ass, and say all those things. And don't be thrown by what they said. It's just the old you playing out. Don't worry about it, darling. Hi, Loz. Have you had any affirmations for anxiety for upcoming nose surgery I have in a week's time? My button nose is so beautiful. I've got the exact nose I want. My surgery went so well. My surgery was perfect. My nose came out perfect. Look at my beautiful button nose. Don't even worry about the operation. Go right to the end of your operation went well and your nose is beautiful. I feel no anxiety. I don't let my mind run me. It's just my fears, and I don't let my fears run me. It's just my imagination. It's just my imagination. Go and do my anti-anxiety meditation, darling, and do it before the operation. Do it whilst the operation's, but put it in your ears while the operation's happening. As you're falling asleep, as they're anaesthetizing you, put it in your ears. You're allowed to. I woke up one time. I went into an operation one time, and the music was this. Duh, 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 duh. And I went, what the fuck? And I said, Jesus Christ, could you put on something more cheerful when I woke up? And when I woke up, this is what was playing. Always look on the bright side of life. Do, do, do. And they were like, is that better? Right? Play it. Play the anxiety meditation in your ears as you're wheeled in. Seriously. I can't remember if that song was playing when I got wheeled in, but it was something depressing like that. It was Wagner. Interval skipping while listening to this, it's taking the attention off the heart attack I'm feeling. What's this? Oh, interval skipping. Lost to me, you really are the best manifestation coach. You've taught me so much and you've helped me so much. Oh, wonderful, Alexia. You're welcome. I'm going to an auction in May for a house. What affirmation should I say? Just say you got the house. I'm saying my house is my house, picturing me doing it up. See yourself in there doing it up. See yourself living in it. Absolutely. I've got to start a high-protein diet and intend the blubber melts, lol. I've done it before. I even knew about LOA, and now I see all my attentions help me lose 90 pounds in less than a year. Oh, my God, amazing. It's time to start intending donuts cause me to lose weight. Yes, I bet. No, it's great as we're texting more and more, and the vibe is great. I will see him today because he's got our daughter. Oh, wonderful, Laura. I would have died. That song played during my operation. No, actually, it might not have been that. It might have been something like do, 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 do. I think it was Wagner. It was something depressing. Hey, Loz, I have a fresh new SP, but no old story, but I still say slowly, slowly catch your monkey, enjoying that journey while affirming 90% self-concept all day. Wonderful, bunny, honey. That's great. Oh, wonderful, darling. You've got this in the bag. Okay, guys, what should we call this one? So I'm going to end this now because I've been on here over an hour. Old story, old SP story. What else did we talk about? Childhood abuse. Okay. That's what I'll call the thumbnail. All right, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. I've seen two houses I want and can't choose between the two. What shall I do if I can't choose? Just decide that your mind will make the best choice. I always make the best choices. I always choose the right choice. I make the best choices. I choose my choice. Yes, I'm not going to call it sexual abuse. I'll just call it childhood abuse. Or maybe I can call it sexual abuse, but it might. Well, TikTok will YouTube not like that. I can probably put it on the thumbnail. I'll put it on the thumbnail sexual abuse, actually. Yes. All right, but I won't put it in the maybe in the search. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I just stopped breastfeeding and I found my boobs got bigger, and they did. Wonderful. All right, guys, I'll see you soon, and I'll be live here tomorrow as well, 9 p.m. EST. All right, guys, see you later.